Hi everybody, welcome to this session all about Easy Fundraising. My name is Becky Coleman. I'm the Community Partnerships Manager here at Easy Fundraising, and I'm going to talk to you about what it's all about and how you can use it to raise funds for your organisation. So I'm going to go through who we are and what we do, how it works, and give you a live demo, get started on raising more. Then I'm just going to go through a few questions that you might have and answer them for you. So who are we? What do we do? And how does it all work? So we're a completely free online fundraising platform. We exist to help good causes like yours raise money. We've been doing this for over 15 years, members of the Institute of Fundraising, and it says 45 million raised here, but it's actually 47 million because we just paid out our causes last week. So that money has gone up. So last week we paid out over 1.5 million to good causes. So before I get started and sort of really explain what it's all about and how it works, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of context, which I don't think any of this will come as a surprise to you guys in the third sector. We did a survey recently where we surveyed our organisations that use us, and we also surveyed charities and good causes out in the wider world as well. So what that told us, 60% of the charities and good causes that responded to us said they've experienced a drop in revenue in the last 12 months. Same amount expect that downward trend to continue. And over a third said they were going to change how they would fundraise to accommodate the change in the sector, either would change or have changed how they fundraise. But also just wanted to pull out some other stats as well. So online shopping, I'm sure you're aware, it's massively increasing year on year, but particularly so during the pandemic. So now lots and lots of people shop online. In fact, 38% of all shopping in the UK is done online. 60 million of us shop online in the UK. So what I'm getting at here is that it's difficult times for the third sector, for charities and good causes like yourselves to raise funds. People are finding it difficult to give in the traditional way. But actually, online shopping is increasing. So what if you could sort of combine the two and use online shopping to raise money for good causes? And that's exactly what Easy Fundraising does. We partner with 7,500 leading online retailers. So all of the retailers that you and your network of supporters are shopping with, we partner with them, and they will all give free donations to your good cause, your organisation, when your supporters shop with them. There are over 7,500 retailers that you can that are part of our programme. And the way that it works is, rather than going straight to a retailer's website, you simply access that retailer through our website, through the Easy Fundraising website, or our app, or our donation reminder tool, which I will show you. And when you then go on to make a purchase, we send you, you access the retailer through our site. We send you to the retailer's website. You shop as normal. Whatever you're going to buy, it's going to cost you exactly the same. The difference is, because you started at Easy Fundraising, then a certain percentage of how much you've spent with that retailer will be passed back to your good cause as a free donation. Now, it won't cost the shopper anything extra. Whatever they're going to spend on their shopping will be exactly the same. It's the retailer that pays the donation, not the good cause. Sorry, not the shopper or the good cause. So some of the benefits of Easy Fundraising are that it is unrestricted funding. The money that you and your supporters raise this way can be used for whatever you need. Doesn't have to be for a particular project. We don't need outcomes. We're not going to ask you to prove what you spend it on, because we know there are lots of things you might need to spend that money on. Lots and lots of our 190,000 good causes use the money they raise through Easy Fundraising for core costs, for running costs, staff costs. We chatted to a school recently. They are in a deprived area. They use the money that they raise, that if a child comes into school and hasn't got any lunch, they use the money they raise through Easy Fundraising to buy lunch for them. There's no budget for that anywhere in their school budget, so they use their Easy Fundraising money. So you can use it for whatever you want. Also unrestricted in the sense that you can use Easy Fundraising for your cause for as long as you want. There's no cut-off point, and there's no upper limit on how much you can raise either. Very importantly, it's free. So it won't cost your organisation anything at all to be part of Easy Fundraising. No matter how big or small you are, doesn't matter. It's not going to cost you. There's no sign-up charges. There's no monthly running costs or anything like that. As I've said, over 7,500 retailers involved, and it's a way your supporters can give without having to actively donate. So times are hard right now. Often charitable giving is the first thing that people stop during a cost of living crisis. You know, it's understandable when people are trying to tighten their belts and making sure they can feed their family. They may not be able to give, or you may not be able to run the kind of events that you would have run in the past where you would expect people to come along and give. Everything's very different now. But this is a way that people can raise money for you simply by doing that shopping they were already going to do. And that's really important. This is not about encouraging people to spend more, shop more, buy something they weren't going to buy. It's not that at all. It's just about, if they were already going to make that purchase or buy with that retailer, they can do it through Easyfundraising and get a donation for you at the same time without it costing them a penny extra. Sounds good, yeah? So let me give you a quick demo of how it works as a shopper. So what happens is you will register as a good cause and your supporters will choose you as the cause they want to support when they shop. So I'm going to go through how it works for them now in terms of how they use the Easyfundraising site, how they raise that money for you. So just bear with me while I just share a different screen. So this is the Easyfundraising site, and each of your supporters will have a login, and they'll be able to see the name of the cause they're supporting, which will be your cause, how much you've raised, how many supporters you've got, and they'll also be able to see donations they have raised through their shopping. But the way that it works is a few different ways you can use Easyfundraising. So firstly, you can just come to the Easyfundraising website and search for a retailer that you want to shop with. So let's say John, search John for John Lewis. And there you go. You can see that John Lewis is going to give a 1% donation, depending on what you buy, 0.5% with some of these niche products here, but everything else, 1% of what I spend now is going to go back to my good cause. So I just click one of these yellow shop now buttons, takes me to John Lewis, logs me in to, if I need to, if I already have an account with John Lewis, I can log into that in the normal way. Because I've started at Easyfundraising, John Lewis are going to donate 1% of what I spend back to my good cause at no extra cost. Another way you can use it is by looking at our categories. So let's say you don't know which retailer you want to shop with, but you do know what you're planning to buy. You can just look at our retailers. You can see we have lots of different categories of retailer here. I'm going to go to travel, and I'm going to go to holiday packages as an example. And there you go. You're going to get a list of all of the retailers that we work with and the donation rate that they're going to give. I'm just going to pick TUI as an example. TUI have lots of different donation rates, but it's all around the 1.5%, 2%. Any of these buttons, doesn't matter. Click on that, takes you to TUI, and then you just shop completely as normally. Another way that you can use Easyfundraising is that we have an app. The app works in exactly the same way as the website. You just search for a retailer, we send you out to the retailer, you shop as normal, you raise a donation. But what we also have is our browser extension. Now, this is also known as our donation reminder. So the way that this works is that, so going back a step, when we first set up back in 2007, the thing we heard more than anything was, oh, it's a great idea, love it, but I forgot to go through Easyfundraising. I went straight to the retailer's website and I forgot. So what we did is we created the donation reminder, and all you do is you download it to your computer, your desktop or your laptop. You can also have it if you have an Apple iPhone or iPad. It will soon be available for Android as well, but at the moment it's for Apple and computers and laptops as well, any computer or laptop. You download it, and what it does is it sits unobtrusively in the corner of your screen and it's not doing anything. But if you happen to go to a retailer's website without going to Easyfundraising first, then the retailer that you land on, a notification will come up to let you know you can get a donation. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to search for Wayfair. I think it's, can't type. I'm just going to give you wayfair.co.uk. So if I just search for that, I land on the Wayfair website, haven't gone through Easy Fundraising, but because I have the donation reminder installed, this little notification pops up. It's telling me that Wayfair will give me a 1.5% donation. Do I want it? I click yes, keeps me on the Wayfair website, logs me into the my Easy Fundraising account in the background, and you can see now my 1.5% donation is enabled. So if I carry on and buy something, then I'm going to raise a donation. So it means you don't need to even remember to go to the Easy Fundraising website. You just go to the retailer as normal, and the donation reminder will pop up and let you know there's a donation available. You click it and it will enable your donation. Now, the other thing it does as well is if you were just searching for something, perhaps you want to search for a particular product that you want to buy. So I'm going to search for cordless drill. In my Google search results here, if there are any retailers that I could buy that cordless drill from, it will be clearly displayed here. So Screwfix there, B&Q, one of our retailers, Argos, Wick, so many retailers, Wilko. So all I do is I pick whichever one I want. I'm going to go Wilko, click on that, take me to the Wilko site, logs me into my Easy Fundraising account in the background, and I'm now going to be able to get a 3% donation if I buy something. So it's really, really useful, really handy. The other thing it's really good for is because we have so many retailers, it might not be that you've forgotten, it might just be that you didn't know that retailer was part of the program. So if you get the donation reminder, you don't need to remember to go to Easy Fundraising. The donation reminder will do all the remembering for you. It's safe and secure, so don't worry about that. It's not there to pop up adverts or anything like that. It's not passing your data on to retailers or anything like that. We do not pass your data to retailers, so don't worry about that. It's purely there to ensure that you don't miss out on any donations. So that's the donation reminder. So that's the different ways you can use the site. You can either go to the website and search for a retailer or look at our categories. You can use our app, or you can download that donation reminder and then just sit back and let the donations just come in whenever you land on a participating retailer's website. So that's how it works for a shopper. I'm now just going to talk to you about how you set your organisation up and how that works. So firstly, what you need to do is register your organisation with us. If you go to this link, www.easyfundraising.org.uk/Croydon, don't worry if you're not quite in Croydon, doesn't matter. This is just a page we've set up as part of our partnership with Croydon Voluntary Action. So this is what the page will look like, and you simply type the name of your cause in there and click, and click sign us up. Sorry, my mouse has decided to go mad. So once you've done that, you will then see this screen here. Hi, tell us about you. We just need your name, email address, and a password, and let us know if your cause is a registered charity or not. You don't have to be a registered charity. Don't worry about that. This is just for our records. Once you do that, what we're doing at that point is we are registering your cause with us, and we're also registering you as the first supporter. So the next thing you'll see is this screen here. This is a screenshot. I just set up a test cause called Testing Becky. Your name of your cause will appear here. It will tell you that you've now registered. Then click Next Step. And we'll ask you if you would like to put a little bit of information about your cause, what you're doing, what you're raising for. You don't have to do that. You can skip it. If you're not feeling inspired, you can skip it and come back. But the reason we're asking for this is because we're going to create a page on the Easy Fundraising site for your organisation. And we'd like to put a bit of information on there about what you're doing, but you can come back and do it later. Then we'll ask if you would like to give us your phone number. Now, don't worry, we're not asking for this because we're going to ring you off the hook. The reason we ask for this is because that all of our causes can have a free coaching call with one of our team. So it's at a time to suit you. You'll get access to a little calendar. If you click book now, it'll pop up with a calendar. You can pick a date and a time that suits you, and one of our team will call you. And the reason we do this is because sometimes people might register but have questions. You might just need to understand it a bit better. You might just want a bit of hand holding. That's fine. Any of you guys are able to have a call. It's free. It's not a sales call. Please don't worry about that. We have nothing to sell. So it's purely about getting you up and running. So if you feel like you'd like a call, put your phone number in and then click book now. You pick a time, we will call you. A member of the team will call you. It will be my colleague Claire or Rena or Jess that will call you. Then we'll ask you if you would like to get that donation reminder tool that I showed you. Really well worth getting, because if you use it, then you'll be far more confident talking about it to your supporters. But again, you can just click no thanks if you don't want to. And then you will have a page on the Easy Fundraising site for your organisation that looks like this. So you'll also be able to add a logo or an image if you want. This is where you put your little description that you've put. That's where we'll put that. And the important thing is this: sign up and support this cause, because what you want to do is get people to come to your page and choose you as the cause they want to support. So they only have to do this once. They come to this page, they click sign up and support this cause. The only information we need from them is a name, an email address, and a password, so that we can create an online account that links to you. So when I showed you my page earlier with my donations and I demoed the site, that is my little account that links to my good cause. So each of your supporters will have their own little account that links to yours. We don't need any other info from them. We don't need their address. We don't need their bank details. We don't need their mother's maiden name, nothing like that. They are not shopping with us. They're shopping with the retailer. So we have no need for that. So please be assured when you're talking to your supporters about this, they're not going to have to give out lots of data. It's just lots of personal info. Name, email address, and password. We then create them an account, links to yours. They only do this once. They don't need to keep saying every time they shop that they want to support you. They choose you once and that's it. They're supporting you until such time as they say different. And then after that, every time they use the Easy Fundraising website or the app or the donation reminder, the money that they raise will go directly to your good cause. So we pay out your donations every 3 months. We total up everything that's been raised by all of your supporters and we pay it directly to you. It doesn't go to them and they give it to you. It goes directly to you. One of the things we will ask you in the first few weeks of your life with us is, how would you like us to pay you? We can pay you by bank transfer or we can pay you by check. You will be able to securely put your payment details in for your cause. So how do you want your cause to be paid? You'll be able to add those securely into the system. Only you can see it. I can't see it, for example. It's all anonymized. And that is how we will pay you your donations every 3 months. So I know what you might be thinking is, how do we get people to come to this page? What do we do? But before I get onto that, I promised you I would answer some FAQs that I get asked all the time. So firstly, you don't have to be a charity to use Easy Fundraising. You can be any sort of good cause, any sort of community organisation. You can be a school PTA, a church, a brownie unit, a grassroots sports club, a food bank, anything. You just have to be doing good, supporting others, being good in your community, but you don't have to be registered charities. That's really important. When you register with us, you don't need to upload constitutions or be constituted in any particular way. We've made it very easy for causes to register. We do the due diligence at our side. So when you register, we have a team here that will manually approve you to the system. And the reason we do that is just to make sure that people aren't trying to register fake causes and getting the money for themselves. Not that I'm accusing anybody here of doing that, but that's why we do it. We will manually validate you, so you don't need to worry about that. We will check that we are satisfied that your cause exists. Things we might check is, do you have a website? Do you have a Facebook page? Can we find evidence that you exist in some way and that of what you are doing? Not looking to turn people away, but we obviously just have to make sure that it's secure for everybody. If you register and we need a little bit more information, we'll contact you and say, oh, could you just tell us a little bit more about yourselves? A good example would be that a church might register and they might put their cause name as St. Michael's. So obviously you can imagine there's lots of St. Michael's all around the country. So we might get back to them and say, could you just tell us which area of the country you're in or whereabouts you are? And once we're happy that's right, we will then approve you. Won't cost you anything. Easy Fundraising always has been and always will be free. The donations are paid by the retailers and they also fund Easy Fundraising as well. You are paid your donations every 3 months, as I've mentioned, so we'll total it up and we will send it to you. You have to have raised £15 in the quarter to trigger a payment. But don't worry if you haven't made it to £15 in your quarter. Perhaps you register towards the end of a quarter. You will never lose that money. It will just roll to the next quarter. So we're never going to take it off you. So how do you get your supporters involved? The killer question. How do you get people to your page and get them to sign up? So we know that you're very busy in the voluntary sector, in the third sector. We know that often you're volunteers, often you're part-time. You're probably not the main fundraiser. You're probably not a paid fundraiser. So we know that you're very busy. So what we've done is tried to make it as easy as possible and provided you with a fundraising toolkit that has everything you need and is bespoke for you. Let me show you what I mean. That's probably the easiest thing to do. So I go back to the website. Once you've registered, you and all of your supporters will have access to this, Promote My Cause. So let's say after watching this session, you decide you're going to register, it'll only take you 5 minutes to do that. Once you've registered, you think, right, I want to tell my supporters, I want to get them to my page, get them signing up. So come to the fundraising toolkit and come here to get started. And what we've done here to get you started, clues in the name, is we have written content for you that you can copy, paste, lift and shift. So let's say you like to communicate with your supporters by Facebook, as an example. Here you've got a ready written Facebook post. It will be automatically populated with the name of your cause there. Tells your supporters what's going on, excuse me, what it's all about. And then it is also automatically populated there with the link to your page. So where I showed you that page, said sign up and support your cause, this will be the link that your supporters need to go to. It's all there ready for you. So all you would do there is copy, click post to Facebook, open into Facebook, share your message. It will open with a nice image as well. Got the same for Twitter, WhatsApp. Maybe you prefer to email, maybe you don't do social. Again, same thing here, nice ready written email, populated there, populated here. It's all there for you. If you have a website, you can add information to your website. You've got text, images, banners, etc. And then down the side here, you've got lots of other things. Maybe you've got an event coming up. You'd like to share some flyers and get people signed up that way. You've got posters and flyers here. How-to videos, which explain in 60 seconds how easy fundraising works. There's all sorts of things here. There's even information there about get supporters using the donation reminder. So there you go. You can just share a bit of information to help them understand what the donation reminder is all about. And also this month's messages. This is where we will put anything new. So often we have competitions where people can win. So at the moment, we've got to win a share of £2,000. These are donations. So, you know, £2,000 for your cause. Or sometimes we've got increased donations on some retailers, or when there is a particular buying trend. So you'll find information about Father's Day on here. As in the run up to Christmas, you'll find wording that tells people, reminds people to shop online. So it's all here for you. All you need to do is grab it. All of your supporters will have access to this area too. So it doesn't just need to be you that does the sharing. We appreciate that it might, just because you've registered the cause, it might not be you that wants to share the social media or do the newsletter. So long as a supporter has signed up to Easy Fundraising to support you, they've got all that access too. So I'm now just going to touch on what the sort of the top 5 things that causes that raise really well with us. What do they do? So firstly, supermarkets. We work with all of the leading supermarkets and they will give a monetary amount rather than a percentage, a monetary amount, as you can see here, when somebody shops with them. So Tesco, as an example, if you're doing your first ever shop with Tesco, you'd get £3.50. But for existing customers, say you shop every week with Tesco, you're going to raise £1.75 every single time. Morrison's 150, Waitrose 175. These rates sometimes go up and down, but they're always broadly around this mark. So just one person doing a Tesco shop weekly online is going to raise £100 odd for you just doing their online grocery shopping. So it's a really good way to really boost your funds. You'll find wording in Promote My Cause in that this month's messages to tell people about supermarkets. So that's number 1. Number two, oops, goodness me. Number two, travel and holidays. So we work with lots and lots of travel retailers, as I think I showed you when I did the quick demo. Every type of travel retailer, from an actual package holiday to flights, to car hire, to transfers. You'll find a retailer to do all of these things. It's not just sort of your traditional package holiday. It's we have ferries, cruises, ski holidays, UK holidays like cottages, things like that, and they will all raise you donations. And if you bear in mind that on average a family will spend £1,500 on their annual summer holiday, just 1 or 2% of that is a decent donation. And here's a genuine example. I am taking my family to Prague in the summer. My son will be 21 in August, and what he asked for his birthday was a city break. So we're going to Prague. I booked the accommodation through booking.com, and my donation for my cause, which is Home Start, is going to be £49.57. So I'm raising nearly £50 booking my holiday, which I was going to book anyway. So it's a great way. Again, not about encouraging people to spend out of their comfort zone or do something they weren't going to do. It's just about if somebody was planning to shop online, was planning to book a holiday, they can do it through Easyfundraising and raise a donation for you at the same time. That was number two. Number three is big donations when you buy insurance and broadband and things like that. So all of these retailers will give you a one-off donation amount when you take a new policy with them. So, for example, if you were to take a car insurance policy with AA, I think it's a £20 donation at the moment. They won't give a donation if you're renewing your existing policy with your existing provider. It needs to be a new policy. So that's just one thing to bear in mind with this sort of retailer. So instead of a percentage amount, they give you a much larger one-off amount. So Sky, for example, in the run to Christmas last year, one of their TV packages was a £60 donation. And these are things that people do online: car insurance, home insurance, gas and electric. You don't go to a broker on the high street to do these anymore, do you? You do it online. So think about broadband, home insurance, car insurance, pet insurance, gas and electric. You can even get donations with things like Uswitch and Go Compare, which will compare you all of the different providers and give you the best rate. And you'll also get a donation as well. So that's a great way. For just 5 people, taking a new car insurance policy in a year is probably going to raise you around about £100 easily. So that was number 3. Number 4 was business purchases. So think about the things that you as an organisation buy. So do you have an office? Do you need to run an office? Do you have people who work from home and sometimes need to buy things? Ink, toner, paper, etc. Do you or any of your volunteers or staff need to travel for business? Do you have to book train tickets? Does somebody need a new laptop? Anything that you buy for your organisation, you can do it through Easyfundraising and raise at the same time. So think about the things that you buy as an organisation. It could be that you've got an event coming up. I've just been to an event this morning and they catered it. They've got a Sainsbury's shop in with cakes and all sorts for people to kind of pick at, and they did it through Easyfundraising and they got a donation. So think about all the things you need to buy, from office supplies to tech to travel to events. You'll be able to raise donations. And also think about your network of supporters. Do you have anybody within your network of supporters that runs their own business or buys for business? Trustees are often a great source of this. Often they are running their own business or they're involved in business some way. They can buy those things through Easyfundraising and raise for you at the same time. And my last top tip is that donation reminder. So download that. It will help you raise money without even thinking about it. You'll be able to collect a donation wherever you are on the internet. So before I finish off, 3 quick reasons to use Easyfundraising. 7,500 UK retailers will donate. And as I said here, anything from your takeaway on a Friday night from Just Eat or Uber Eats or Domino's Pizza to a train ticket with Trainline or Rail Easy can raise you a donation, and everything in between. Great way for people to support you without having to donate. and it's very easy to set up and implement and manage. It's not going to take you a lot of time, something that will integrate with any other fundraising you're doing. You can carry on doing anything else, but you can have Easy Fundraising ticking along in the background. So next steps, if you're not already registered with us, please set up your Easy Fundraising page here, easyfundraising.org.uk/Croydon. And also just to say, if you need any assistance, if you have any questions, this is my email address. Feel free to contact me. Always happy to help. That's my role here at Easy Fundraising, is to support you guys. So please get in touch if you have any questions or need any support. So that's the end of the session. I hope you found it useful, and I hope that I'm going to be able to help you with your fundraising. I look forward to welcoming you to Easy Fundraising soon. Thanks very much.